So the news that came out yesterday was like a bombshell that Tucker Carlson is now out at Fox News. Everyone is doing a video on Tucker Carlson on that story. I would rather do a story that makes me happy. And that would be that I also found out yesterday that Don Sour Lemon was fired from CNN. But he was fired through a message from his agent, and he's not happy about it. Let's get into it. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So Don Lemon is out at CNN. A lot of people are saying, well, that's no surprise. But I think it was kind of a surprise because of the fear of Don Lemon playing the race card. I mean, how else do you explain all those years he's been there at CNN? All right, he sucks as a host. He always came across as a smug, smarmy jerk. He was argumentative with the guests that he brought on if they didn't kiss his ass properly. He threw politics into everything, and yet they called him a news anchor. In fact, when they were doing the purge there at CNN, when they lost 60 or more % of their audience after Trump left the White House, they didn't fire Don Sour Lemon, did they? No, they moved him to a morning show instead, where they then had to watch him treat his co-host like she was his bitch and she was beneath him. And I love how CNN puts the headline up, Don Lemon and CNN part ways. I don't think so. Parting ways gives off the idea that, well, you both, you couldn't come to an agreement, so you went your way, I went my way. That's not how it went down. And how do we know that? Because Don Sour Lemon put out a tweet. So he tweeted out, I was informed this morning by my agent that I have been terminated by CNN. I am stunned. How could he be stunned? He knows that he was a little diva on the show and he was getting on people's nerves. He continues, after 17 years at CNN, I would have thought that someone in management would have had the decency to tell me directly. At no time was I ever given any indication that I would not be able to continue to do the work I have loved at this network. I would say that his overt drama is probably why nobody approached him. They went through his agent. He writes, it is clear that there are some larger issues at play. With that said, I want to thank my colleagues and the many teams I have worked with for an incredible run. They are the most talented journalists in the business, and I wish them all the best. Well, there was his problem right there. He thinks people who work for CNN are journalists. But not only does he think that they're journalists, actual journalists doing journalism. Journalism. Is that what it is? Journalism. He thinks that they're the most talented people in the business. The guy has a total lack of awareness, or a total lack of judgment of character, if you will. Oh, my goodness. Like Chris Cuomo, I fully expect Don Sour Lemon to sue CNN for this. Only his lawsuit will be over something racial. That's just the kind of guy he came across as. I heard he changed his pronouns to has been. Somebody confirm that for me. I mean, did you just hear him the other day when he had Vivek Ramaswamy on, the guy that's running as a Republican for president? When I tuned in to that, I saw they were talking about gun rights, and Ramaswamy was pointing out that black Americans got their gun rights when they were finally allowed to enjoy Second Amendment freedoms. And for no reason that I can conjure up, Don Sour Lemon interjected and made it a race thing. Ramaswamy wasn't making it a racial thing. It was a race thing, but he wasn't making it a racial thing. But Don Lemon, he had to. He couldn't help himself. He was saying, well, you're not going to speak for black people because I'm a black guy and I speak for black people. It went like that. It's like he got angry that Vivek was talking about black Americans and he knew something that Don Lemon didn't know. And he came off sounding like a complete total jackass. Like he couldn't enjoy the moment that you got a guy running for Republican that you invited on your show. Okay, and he's talking about the joy of black people being able to defend themselves against the racist pig Democrats and the Klan. Well, I repeat myself. So he sounded like the south end of a northbound horse. And Ramaswamy, for his part, he handled it like a gentleman because he knew he was right and, enough said. And Don Lemon doesn't understand why they let him go. I'm not saying that they let him go because of Vivek Ramaswamy's interview. I'm saying that it was a culmination of things where Don Lemon acted like a complete horse's ass on the air. Right? But that's got to suck because after 17 years there, and he found out that he was fired to his agent, that's like being dumped on a Post-it note. Right? Now, this would normally be the part where I say I wish him well, but I don't. I don't wish him well. Don Lemon lied so much over the years on CNN. He lied about everything that had to do with Trump. He lied about conservatives. He lied about Republicans. He almost lied as much as Brian Stelter. And he's another clown who's gone from the network now. Don Lemon was fired because of Don Lemon. He had an attitude that his shit didn't stink, and CNN told his agent that it did. All right, thanks a lot for watching this video. If you want to support the channel, visit rpwmedia.com. Read all of our stories, share them with like-minded people. We'll see you in the next one.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car, wake up in a bar.